As new farmers, we always encourage our clients that you need to plan ahead. First of all, depending on the breed you're keeping, you need to always plan ahead, know how much you will need from the point you'll be getting your chicks, or from the point you'll be getting your eggs to incubate them, up to the point that they will start giving you returns. Don't expect miracles, as starting up is not going to be easy. You might experience 1 or 2 or 3 problems, but don't expect miracles. Just don't expect miracles. Anticipate everything, but don't expect anything. First thing you need to do is you need to budget, because you know that the birds you're keeping, let's say for example you're keeping croilers, you know that these birds will start laying eggs at 4 months, at 4.5 months. You need to sit down, you know the number of birds you have. You need to budget. You need to budget that from this day to up to the point where they will be laying, I will require this amount of money for their feeds. The specific amount of feeds that each bird will need, you need to calculate with the number of birds that you have, so that you can at least have stock, so that it doesn't get to a point where you are stuck. Disadvantages of this is you will have to now go for cheaper quality of feeds, because you cannot afford the feeds you have been giving them. This will affect their laying, and at some point they will not lay as good as they are supposed to be laying. Factor in those costs, factor in the cost of electricity, because your chicken coop needs electricity. It needs electricity at night, it needs electricity out for security reasons. As you start making some money, as the chickens start giving back to you, as they start laying, think about what you need to do with these funds. Can you dig a borehole so that you can cut the cost of paying for water bills and paying for water? Can you invest in solar so that you can cut the cost of electricity? Can you do something that will help improve your farm? Can you buy 1 or 2 more incubators so that you can start hatching your own chicks? If the people in your area, if most of your customers that you have managed to gather up to the point where they're laying are asking for a certain breed, can you invest in that breed? Can you expand your chicken coop? Can you build another section of your chicken coop so that you can expand and get more parent stock? You always need to think about this. So any money that you will be getting in your business, try to put it back in the business so that it can grow, your business can grow. And I will go on ahead and talk about the importance of tracking feeds, birds, and laying. We at Keystone, we do the tracking of the feeds, how much we feed them, how much, the number of birds that lay. The importance of doing this is because we will be able to know how much we are spending on the birds. We will be able to know how many birds are laying well. We will be able to calculate how much we will need to be using on the birds, and if we are using too much, if we are using too little, we will be able to take records of everything. If we notice that the eggs are not laying as much as they used to lay, what we will do is we will try to find out what the problem is, because if you just collect the eggs and assume they're laying a certain number, then you'll not be able to know if the production goes up or down. So you need to keep track of the eggs you collect, you need to keep track of the number of birds you have, you need to keep track of the good layers that you have in your flock. It is very important that you keep track of everything you do. That is why as even they're growing up, you need to keep track of their ages so that you can know when to vaccinate your birds. Otherwise, if you miss a vaccination, you will get at a point that they have missed the vaccination, the diseases attack them, and most poultry diseases don't have treatment. So the disease will keep occurring in your stock, and this will cause you a lot of problems. I'm going to talk to you about marketing, using social media for marketing purposes, and all the other forms of marketing. Marketing is very, very important for you as a farmer who wants to realize the businesses out of poultry farming. What you need to do is, when you start poultry farming, your marketing should as well start the day you're starting to keep your young chicks. Try to talk to people. First of all, your marketing should start with your family and friends. If you have a Facebook account, try to tell people about that you are now a farmer, you are now doing farming. Don't be ashamed of it. put posts about your chicks on your page, so that as they're growing, people will come to realize and people will come to know that this person always keeps chickens. We can talk about doing marketing on Facebook. You can as well open a Facebook page, give your farm a name, and start doing your marketing via your Facebook page. You can use Facebook paid advertisements. You can as well you can all invite your friends on the Facebook page. You can use Twitter if you are using a Twitter account. If you have a Twitter account, you can use social media. My point is that at this time and age, very many people are using the internet. So many Kenyans are using the internet, and most people will prefer, if they want to buy something, they'll just be scrolling through when they're in the social media page, when they're reading the things about their other friends. They want to see, they want to get everything in one place. So if you do your marketing in social media, somebody will be going through his Facebook page, and then your advertisement will pop up there. He doesn't want to start to walk around town. He's already leaving the office. He's so tired. He wants something that he will find it in social media. He will make a call and everything will be arranged perfectly. Make it easy for your customers to reach you. You can as well use WhatsApp group. You can open a WhatsApp group, but the disadvantage with the WhatsApp group is you cannot control what other members of the group post there. At Keystone, when we started doing our marketing, we opened a WhatsApp group, but other individuals came in and started doing the marketing, and there are others who are also taking advantage of this situation, posting fake products in the group, since you cannot control what the group members are posting, and then some customers got duped. And remember, this WhatsApp group is under your farm's name, so in a situation where a customer is duped, they are going to be duped in your farm's name, and this will spoil for you. So at Keystone, we mostly use our Facebook page, which is easier for us to control. We can control what we post. We can control what goes to our inbox. It makes it easier for us to respond to our customers. We are also working on a very good website. We would encourage you, as a startup farmer, you can use social media, and as you grow, you can also consider other marketing options. You can consider opening a website. You can consider using billboards. Now, this will depend on your pockets and the way you grow. My main point, what is my main point in all the things I'm saying? I'm saying you need to invest part of the money you're using in your farm into marketing, so that you do not end up staying with all the products you get in your farm. It needs to be a cycle. Your birds will get to a point where they will start laying. You need to have market for these eggs for you to get back money and to be able to buy for them feeds. And that will mean you need to buy them good quality feeds for them to be able to lay well. And if you look at it well, as a farmer, as you're growing, you will be thinking about, when will I buy an incubator? When will I buy more land? When will I build a bigger chicken coop? Now, all these factors, these factors you need to consider them when you're doing your marketing. You need to do serious marketing, especially if you are new into the market. There are so many other poultry farmers. At Keystone, what we do, we don't only do the advertising ourselves. We let the customers also do the advertising for us. How you treat your customers, especially your customers, is very important. When a customer comes to your farm, how you treat your customer, the customer will leave and they will go and talk about your farm somewhere else. If you don't treat your customer well, whether you're a startup farmer or you're an experienced farmer who has been continuing, if your customer leaves and goes and says something about you that is not positive, then you will be losing your customers, or you will not be getting enough customers. If your customer says something positive about you, if your customer comes to your Facebook page and says, I like the experience at this farm, they sold me good products, trust me, customers will always keep coming. People will always want to come back to your farm. So your customers are your best advertisement, not social media, not anything else. The products you sell your customers. If you're going to be selling eggs to your customers, make sure you handle them well, so that by the time the customer is incubating the eggs, they will all hatch. Or if not all, try to educate your customers. Try to be advising your customers. When your customers come, try to explain to the customers, you need to do this, you need to get, if you're going to be incubating these eggs, talk them through the farm. Try to help your customers into Try to help your customers into turning their poultry farming businesses into a profitable one. When we have customers here at Keystone, we do not only sell them products, we educate them. And even in our social media accounts, we try as much as possible not only to do marketing, but also to educate our customers. We try to keep the page lively. This will keep customers coming back to your social media page, whether Facebook, whether Twitter, whether Instagram, whatever you choose. Keep it entertaining, keep it helpful to the customer. Don't only do marketing on that page. Give them something to come back for. Try to help your customers even on your social media page. When they talk to you, when they have a problem, when they have a problem about diseases, they can come to you, whether to your page or whether to call you. And then when you help them in solving these problems, they will know and they will realize that this person is experiencing this. This person knows what they're doing, and trust me, they will come and buy your products because they know you know what you're doing. They trust in you. That trust is very, very important. I'm going to talk about, I already talked about website. I'm going to talk about other areas of marketing. You might as well invest in other areas of marketing. Some people will go for billboards. That will depend with their level of farming. Some people will go for billboards. Some people will do online marketing through Google. Some people will do marketing via the transport sector. Some people will put the advertising on their farms, on their delivery vehicles. So as you grow as a farmer, it is very important for you to know that marketing is something that is very important for you in your farm, as important as your birds. Otherwise, you will end up having birds, you will end up having products, nowhere to take the products, and you will start saying that farming, you're not seeing the fruits, you're not realizing the profits. So if you do your marketing properly, you will realize that it will be a continuous cycle. Your birds will be laying, you will be selling the eggs. At a point where you have an incubator, you will be incubating your own eggs. You will not go to purchase eggs from somewhere else. So it will be a cycle, and because you did good marketing, you got good clients, you will always have the cycle, not only to run your farm, but to improve your farming experience and to improve yourself as a farmer to become a much better farmer. At Keystone, we try as much as possible to reduce the cost of production because we cannot carry it all. We realize that since we are now into brooding and the chicks need a source of heat, we were not able to rely fully on Kenya Power and darkness, because most of the time you realize that lights went out, the chicks were in the cold, and as much as we had the alternative source of heat, and also we needed light we need light in the farm to keep intruders away and to keep thieves away. So we decided to invest in solar panels. Those are 120 panels, 4 of them. The panels can run the whole farm 24/7. In our area, the sun is there 24/7, so it will always be charged up. So this is an alternative source of energy for you. It is expensive, but in the long run, you will realize you have saved a lot. Your chicks will not die because you don't have power for your heat bulbs. If you have incubators, you will always have power constantly running. So your chicks will also not die in the incubator because of lack of the right temperatures. Like I said, it's an expensive alternative, but if you make calculations in the long run, it is very profitable, and you will have actually saved so much more than if you did not have it.
The market prices depend on the size of the market in your location, but here is what you should expect. For day-old chicks, it's 100 shillings, 1 week old, 130 shillings, 2 weeks old, 160 shillings, 3 weeks old, 200 shillings, a month old, 250 shillings, 8 weeks old, 350 shillings, 12 weeks old, 550 shillings, hens, between 600 and 800 shillings, cocks, between 1,000 shillings and 1,500 shillings, egg layers, between 400 shillings and 600 shillings, fertile eggs, 750 shillings per tray, 25 bob per egg, and fertile eggs or table eggs, 10 to 15 shillings per egg.